easy enough. Here's your host, Mike McEntee.
Hey, thank you, Marty. As we've often said on this program, the only way that you get action sometimes is to take it to the streets. People were doing that today. This is outside of CIGNA, which is where people were protesting, trying to get people in Congress to pay attention that there should be something done about a public option. We'll be talking about that story coming up on the show today, as well as we're going to talk right now about your home. Your home. You could be somebody who is losing your home, and that is happening to a lot of people these days. More and more folks are finding out that they are going to be evicted. And the latest statistics show that more and more those people are folks who, normally would not be in this situation. Joining us on the line today is Leslie Parks, who is going to be, along with a bunch of other folks tomorrow, out in front of her house, calling attention to the fact that that there needs to be a foreclosure moratorium. Leslie, welcome to the show. Leslie, okay, now I can hear you.
Now I can hear you.
Something is wrong here. We're getting some extra
audio.
Just a moment.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can. And we'll just have to try to control the echo that we're getting here today. I'm not sure where that's coming from. But tell us about what's happening tomorrow at your house.
Okay, I'm trying to see if I can get this so you can hear.
Okay. Hello, Leslie.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear you now. Okay. Tell us what is happening.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. So technical problems. It's radio. We're still getting used to this thing. Tell us about what's happening outside of your house tomorrow.
Well, we are having a public awareness campaign. We have a tent city going on right outside my house. This is what's going to happen, to us. If come November, the house is taken back by the bank, I won't have anywhere to go. So I'll be living in a tent.
How did you get yourself in this situation, or how did you end up in this situation where your house is possibly going to be taken away by the bank?
Well, about 3 years ago, the city had come through my mother's house. Actually, this is my mother's house, and I'm fighting, for my mom because she can't fight for herself. Mm-hmm. 3 years ago, the city came through and said that we needed to fix various things because my mother rents to me. And so they said, if you want to keep renting, then you need to fix these various things. And they were like a whole laundry list of things, windows included. And of course, as you know, windows are expensive. And she didn't have that kind of money, so she refinanced. And the person that she refinanced with basically gave her an arm against her wishes, but she didn't know she had an arm. She thought she was getting a fixed rate because she always had a fixed rate. Now, my mother had perfect credit. She could have gotten a conventional fixed loan. And so she didn't find out she had an arm till at least years later. Somebody else actually educated her as to what an arm was. We had been trying for those 3 years to find, how to get out of this arm, and we went through various programs, and even before the house became in default, so to speak, no one would help us because they said, well, your loan isn't in default, so we can't help you.
So it's kind of a situation where your situation was kind of falling in between the cracks. It wasn't bad enough that somebody could do something about it yet, but still you were having a problem that you and your mother had gotten into an adjustable rate mortgage, and apparently were not aware that this was an adjustable rate mortgage. And as mortgage rates creeped up, you were suddenly found yourself without enough money to make the monthly payment. Am I kind of paraphrasing everything here correctly?
That's very true. The loan went from like $700, and then in the course of about 3 years, I'd say, it became $2,300, and that was just too much on top of everything else. And we tried to call the bank. The bank just would not help at all. Every time we get and we talk to somebody new, and we just get runaround after runaround. We're still sitting over here on spin cycle. So it's just horrible what is allowed to happen. And we've been talking to politicians and also just trying to educate the public, because it's a travesty as to how many foreclosures are in the United States, and the fact that there's a foreclosure every 13 seconds. That's horrible.
Wow. I was not aware there was that many. I know that there was a bill given to our governor this last legislative session that would have put a moratorium on foreclosures. That bill was vetoed. I assume that in your situation, that might have helped. Yes,
that would have definitely helped. And also, something interesting that I'd like to share is 2 weeks before we were to have a sheriff's sale, the bank, IndyMac Bank, actually broke into the property before the sheriff's sale, 2 weeks before the sheriff's sale, changed all the locks. I came home, all the locks were changed. I couldn't get in my home. I had to take these people to court to actually get access back into my own home. The judge agreed that it was a very rogue action, and they shouldn't have done that. I thought that was just horrible, and I needed to share that with everyone.
Yeah, usually we think our home is our castle, but if somebody can come in and just essentially take it over, even though they don't own it, that is very, very disturbing. Now, tomorrow, you are going to be setting, well, you already are setting up a tent city, essentially outside of your house, and you are encouraging other people to pitch tents on your lawn. Is that what I understand, or what exactly is going to be happening tomorrow?
Yes, I am encouraging people to take a stand of some kind if this is happening to them. Don't leave quietly in the night like most people are doing. It's time to stand up as David stood up against Goliath. You know, it's time to stand up and make your voices heard. If enough people stand up against this travesty, then, you know, maybe we can force the politicians to listen to us.
Now, this is going to be happening tomorrow, which is at your house, and you've been kind enough to let people know where that is. That is 3749 Park Avenue South in Minneapolis at 4:30
Yes.
tomorrow. This is
Yes.
this is an attention. This is a way to try to get the media's attention. But if more people show up, there's more of a chance that the media will pay attention to this. And it's one of those problems it's not like a balloon boy floating away. It's not a hoax. This is real, folks. This is a real problem that we have in our community, and we need people to start paying attention to it. If it takes people showing up and pitching a tent in somebody's lawn, that's what it's going to take. A news conference tomorrow. You're going to be announcing. What you're going to be doing. How long are these tents going to be staying up outside of your house?
As long as need be. We are in the redemption period. The redemption period is actually over November the 30th. So as long as need be. They'll be up even if there's a ton of snow on the ground.
Now, I should mention you are not, I mean, obviously you mentioned that there's a foreclosure every 13 seconds in the United States, so you're not alone, but you're not alone in this this venture either. There are 4 other women who are standing with you or are facing a similar foreclosure. Is that correct?
That is very true. Ann Patterson, she will be having tents in her yard as soon as probably next, and also the other two ladies that have stood with me in solidarity to try to fight this. We're women in solidarity, trying to make a statement, trying to save our homes, because a crime has been committed here, a vicious crime, and justice has to happen. It has to happen.
Well, Leslie Parks, I thank you so much for A, having the courage to stand up, and B, taking the time to share your story with us. We'll be following to see what happens starting tomorrow at your house. I'll give that address out one more time, 3749 Park Avenue South in Minneapolis, 4:30 p.m. It is a tent city going up asking for a moratorium on foreclosures. If you missed the address, we have it on our live blog at theuptake.org. Thank you so much for joining us today, and we will follow your story here to see what happens. Good luck, and I know that you are negotiating with the bank, but at some point negotiation has to stop and action has to start.
Exactly, and I thank you so much for allowing me to share my story.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Leslie. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to be talking about healthcare reform, our favorite topic here on this program. Again, people taking action, taking it to the streets and doing something. We'll give you the latest example with our citizen journalist Amy Cooper and Tweety coming up next.
The Dakota tradition of helping others is alive and well at the Shakopee Midwakanton Sioux community.
Okay, folks, a little bit rough there. I wanted to play something for you while we're in break. This was, again, it's National Healthcare Action Day, or National Action Day for Healthcare. This is a little video I put together from some stuff that people shot down near John Klein's office today, and we'll try to play it during the commercial break. Okay, that will be going up on our website in case you missed that. So we'll be back here with the show in just a second.
Ask for Vital Oxide at your local hardware store, or visit
And the details on that was a protest today as part of the National Action. Let me get the right name here for this. National Day of Action for Healthcare. And that was done by folks down here in Burnsville, Eagan area. I know a lot of those folks. They're my neighbors. So a little Burma shave. If you remember what Burma shave is, a little Burma shave action.
Visit Coburn'sDelivers.com and shop from home. New customers get $25 off an order of $100 plus free delivery until the end of the year. Use promo code AM95025.
Here's the latest look at traffic brought to you by IHOP. Crash northbound 494 at Carlson Parkway is off onto the right shoulder now. Yeah, slowdowns back to Excelsior Boulevard, though. North 35W from Stinson to Lake Drive, very heavy traffic there. 35W southbound from Hiawatha to the Crosstown's also slow. Crosstown eastbound from Gleason to 35W, brake lights as well. There's never been a better time to try IHOP for dinner. Enjoy Big Country Fried Steak, T-bone steak, or Mediterranean lemon chicken. IHOP, come hungry, leave happy. That's the latest traffic.
It is 21 minutes after 5 o'clock. Thanks for driving home with us here today on Quick on the Uptake. I'm Mike McEntee. Today, action being taken outside of healthcare insurer CIGNA. In people showing up as part of a national day of action on healthcare to deliver the message that, well, insurance companies, you're taking too much of a bite here, or you're making your money by essentially denying people health care, and that's not right. Joining us now is one of our citizen journalists, Amy Cooper, who is out there today. Amy, welcome to the program.
Hi, Mike.
How you doing today?
I'm doing okay. How about you?
Oh, I'm doing all right. While people are watching us on the internet, I'm going to play some of the video that you shot here today, but I want you to kind of describe to us what was going on out there.
Well, it was very, very quick, and we were first told to get back into our cars so we wouldn't tip off the police, but little did we know the police were out front. And when the bus arrived, we were asked to, that we could then get out and follow them. Well, I thought they were going to the front, so we went to the front, and there were the cops. And it was quite interesting. The cops weren't bothering anybody, but Carl was there and said he was not allowed in, and that he was asked to leave, and looked around for a little bit, and I decided, well, they're inside this atrium, the group. I'm going to see if I can sneak in. And then Judy followed me, and by the time we got in, they were just wrapping up some of their speeches, and then they had drums and bells and all sorts of things, and we followed them out. And we talked to a few of them as they got back on the bus.
Well, here,
it was very quick.
Let me play some of the interviews, short interviews that you got with people here for folks to hear. All right, let's just get that queued up here. And I thought I had it ready, but let's try it one more time. No. Here we go. It was a woman that you spoke to who had, she explains what her problem was.
I'm here because I was diagnosed with breast cancer.
Okay.
And I was uninsured at the time.
How are you doing now?
I'm doing much better, thank you.
Good. But it's hard to fight, isn't it?
Very hard.
And disappointing when you're sick to be fighting that hard.
Right. Finding
just
out that
fight
I wasn't
for
insured
life.
was...
Okay, here we go.
I'm Amy Cooper with the UpTake.
Oh, with the UpTake.
And
okay, cool.
would you say this was a success today?
Yeah,
it was very brief. Okay.
Sends a message, though, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, and it definitely got the point across.
Good.
We got to keep the pressure up. I mean, we got to keep this issue in the public's eye and make a change in this country.
That we do. Can I ask why you were all here marching?
Because we're paying too much for health insurance. I want to pay half as much and get better coverage.
Okay, great.
Can't trust the insurance companies any longer.
No.
They're like the mob.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else?
Now, unlike the protests that happened out just about a week or so ago, there were no arrests at today's protest, correct?
Correct. I don't believe any arrests were planned, and what they wanted to do was to get in there. There were supposed to have been banners up along the atrium, and that I did not see. There were some employees from CIGNA that were standing along a line watching people file out. And I did like the comment that that last gentleman said, they're like the mob, and they are.
They being the insurance companies.
The insurance companies, yes.
Now, is it fair to blame the insurance companies for where everything is these days? Or, I mean, there are more actors in this whole mess that we're in with health insurance than just the insurance companies, though.
That's true. The insurance companies are the main culprit. And I think what we have going on right now with the economy, the housing, burst of a housing bubble and foreclosure, the job loss, and health care, we have a perfect storm. And I think they are all interrelated and a piece of each other. And if we can't get, at least one of these problems solved, and that being big insurance companies, we don't have a hope, I don't think.
Well, it is up to Congress to do something here. Today was a National Day of Healthcare Action. I'm paraphrasing the exact title for it, but there were actions happening all across the country. On our website, we will have here within the hour another one of those. We played it for folks during the break on the internet, but it is an interesting little protest where people in the Burnsville-Egan area were outside of John Klein's office with Burma Shave signs, if you remember what Burma Shave is. But basically trying to get the point across that Congress has the power to do something, and our Congress people need to be held accountable for what they do on this. Amy, thank you so much for covering that protest for us today. And did you learn anything out of it?
Well, I learned that I have a new camera, and I didn't. I didn't know it very well, and I need to practice.
Okay.
Practice.
Well,
how do you get to
Carnegie Hall?
Yeah, you practice, and that's what I need, practice.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's the intent here that's important, and the nice thing is cameras these days, you can pretty much point them, and they're going to do a lot of the work for you, and we're just happy to have you out there to help point them towards the right direction and bring us the story. So, Amy, thanks for helping us out today. And I also got to give thanks to Judy, also known as Tweety, who helped shoot some of the video for today's story as well. A reminder that we will have that video up on our website here within the hour of the protest that was down in the Egan-Burnsville area, brought to you by a lot of the folks who are upset with healthcare and the way that it is being handled in this country. Again, pretty amusing. You should take a look at it. Also, a reminder that tomorrow is the beginning of the foreclosure moratorium tent encampments that will be going up in several locations in the Twin Cities. The first one is going to be at Leslie Park's duplex, where she is being forced out of her home very soon. That's at 3749 Park Avenue South in Minneapolis. We invite you to, if you are interested in, as I always say, to get stuff done these days, you got to get out in the streets. If you're interested in getting out in the streets, or at least getting in a tent, that's the place to go tomorrow, 3749 Park Avenue South in Minneapolis. That's it for today's show. We're out of time. I will be back with you on Friday. I'm going to be out of town here for a couple of days, but we have a couple of folks sitting in. We have Craig Huff, and then tomorrow we have Tupa Tommy sitting in for me here on Quick on the Uptake. So be sure to tune in for them. Minnesota Matters coming up here at 6:05. Thanks for watching, and Mom, thanks for listening. We'll be back here on Friday.